Well, hi Jake, first of all. My name is Paddy. I am the Operations Director of Luna Digital. My main role is overseeing the operations of the data centres, capacity planning, expansion. I also get involved in designing customer solutions. And I've got an ISP background as well, so I've got quite a bit of network experience that comes in pretty handy.
Great to have you here. So to start with, could you explain a little bit more about what multi-site resilience means and why it's so important for businesses?
Yeah, of course. So to me, a multi-site resilience means a customer that has a presence in more than one data center location. So they might have their primary equipment hosted in Manchester, for example, and they might have a replica of that equipment hosted in Leeds in a separate data center.
And why is that important for businesses?
Yeah, it's a good question. So if a customer has all of their infrastructure and their IT just running out of one site, then that is a single point of failure. So that point of failure could be hardware related, it could be connectivity related, or in a very rare circumstance, it could be data center related as well.
Great, thanks for that. So when you actually decided to implement a multi-site resilience strategy, what were the first steps that you took in planning and designing the system for your customers?
Yeah, so another good question. So we will speak with our customers first and foremost, and we need to understand what their disaster recovery policy is. And what I mean by that is some customers require a certain geographical distance between two sites. We've got two data centres in Manchester, so we do have customers that have co-location in both of those sites. However, they are 3 to 4 miles apart, so that might not work for every customer. So that's the most important thing for us to understand first, and then from that point, we can speak to our data centre partners and we can work out the best location for their secondary site.
Okay, great. So as well as looking at the geographical diversity, are there any other considerations that you'd take as well?
Yes, there are, yes. So we would also consult with our connectivity partners. So we have a lot of carriers on net in our Manchester sites. So we would speak to them, we'd look at the third party site once we've chosen it, and we'd speak to our connectivity partners. We look at the diversity that they can provide us. So we'd choose two separate connectivity partners. We'd look at the fibre routes between our site and the third party site. We'd look at things like the duct entry points to make sure that the circuits are physically diverse from each other. And that would give the customer peace of mind that if one connectivity partner had an issue, then they'd still be able to connect to the third party site via the second provider.
So how do you ensure that communication and coordination across all of your sites are smooth and efficient?
Yeah, another good question. So typically with a DR co-location solution, we would be the contracting partner. So if it's a third party site, we'd sign a contract with a third party and the same with the connectivity providers and any other services the customer needs. And then we'd make sure that any maintenance notifications, any service notifications are sent to us into our portal, and then we would relay that information straight back to the customer. So the benefit is the customer has one point of contact, which is Luna Digital, and they don't need to worry about piecing all the different elements together. We do all that for them.
Right, that's really interesting. So looking back, are there any key lessons or insights that you've gained that helped shape the process?
Yeah, so for us, I think it's really important that we really analyse every element of a solution. So that includes the network connectivity, the third-party data centres. And what I mean by that is what resilience the data centres have built in themselves, making sure that every element is fully diverse. So there's quite a bit of due diligence there. But also as well, I think flexibility with our customers is very important because bandwidth utilisation is going through the roof. So a customer may have a requirement today for a certain speed of comms link, but that could grow very quickly. So I think we also need to have flexibility where our customers can actually ramp things up with us. And that also comes down to the relationships we have with our connectivity partners. So we can allow customers to expand their bandwidth utilisation within a contract, and we can also back that off with our connectivity providers because we have strong relationships in place.
So finally, I know you've been delivering this solution for 20 odd years, but are there any new technologies or strategies maybe that you're exploring to make your multi-site resilience even stronger?
Yes, the customer requirements are changing rapidly, and with the advent of the cloud, a lot of customers have hybrid solutions, so they have co-location in a data center and they have connectivity to the cloud. That could be Amazon or Azure. So I think we need to make sure that any third-party sites have all those connectivity providers in place so we can connect customers to the cloud in a secondary location.
No, that was great. Thanks for that. It was good learning a little bit more about our multi-site resilience solutions.
No, thank you, Jake. No, it was a real pleasure.